So here we have our 2020 stock Trawler 41, first boat into the UK. There she is ashore, and we'll nip up and take a look inside. So as we walk into the cockpit, first you can see there's a huge access door, so there's plenty of room to come through, and then a really nice L-shaped seat in the cockpit. The nice feature on this bench is the actual bench actually slides back onto the bathing platform itself, opening up the cockpit to make even more space. And then the Flybridge ladder unscrews at the bottom and slides away, so you really create a really nice big cockpit space. Moving forward, the first trawler in the range to have the aft galley layout. So you have a galley there with a serving bar straight into the cockpit or up into the saloon seating. Lots and lots of storage throughout. A gas oven, gas hob, and then drawer storage. Nice big pan drawer. And also these nice overhead lockers as well, so plenty of storage in there. On the starboard side, you then have what's very different about this boat is actually a full-size fridge freezer. So huge fridge and its own freezer compartment as well. And then you have your battery switches, your electronics panel, Fusion DVD player, which then runs off the telly, which cleverly sits in the cupboard there, which can then be rotated to show, so you can view it quite easily from the from the saloon seating. Moving forward, as I mentioned already, have a lovely huge U-shaped seating with a table. That table then drops to form another double berth should you wish. And then going forward, probably one of the key features on a swift trawler is the helm with the huge side door. Another nice feature on this Trawler 41 is the helm seat actually rotates round. You then open the cockpit table, the saloon table, and you can actually sit all the way around it. So you have opposite seating by using the helm seat. Up at the helm, it's got a full Raymarine navigation package with an Axiom Pro 9 there, autopilot, radar up at the top. You'll also see on this boat we have the bow and stern thrusters, your throttle controls, and this boat is fitted with the larger D4 300 engines, so it's giving you a top speed of about 24 and a half knots. So plenty of punch there, but as we know with all trawlers, they're more than happy cruising at sort of 12 to 15 knots, fast cruise at 18, or even just pootling along at 6 knots. As I said, huge side door, that slides both ways, so you can have a nice big opening should you wish, all the way back and let the fresh air in. Also gives you great access to the huge side decks that run all the way forward and aft on the starboard side, meaning that mooring up from downstairs you have access to your throttles, your bow and stern thruster, and you're right at the side deck using the side door, so it's very easy to moor up. As we move further forward, so first of all we'll go into the owner's cabin, which is forward, with a nice big centerline berth. You'll notice either side has steps going up to the berth, so access into the bed is very easy. Nice big overhead locker, big windows either side with their own portholes, so you can open up for plenty of fresh air. Storage in lockers either side. And then the nice thing about this boat here is that you actually have a separate toilet, wash basin with its own porthole, and again skylight above. And then on the starboard side you actually have a humongous shower, so if someone is showering you can still use the toilet wash basin without getting wet feet. Moving slightly further back, we then move into the second cabin, set up at the moment as 2 single berths. That then has an infill to create a double. Underneath those berths you then have lots of storage, but again nice big hull light with portholes, another porthole, its own storage locker, and also there's some storage under the berths as well. The third cabin we currently have set up in the storage cabin, so it has 4 storage boxes across the top, and then as you go down you can see the cabin is full of storage areas. Quite simply, if we wanted to convert this into a nice single berth, we just whip the boxes off, they can go into the lazarette, and then a berth can go down on top of that. So nice flexibility here. You can either have her as a 6th berth as she's set up at the moment, or with an added mattress have her up to 7. Those 2 cabins are then looked after here by the day head. Again, Nice big wash basin, electric toilet, mirror, nice big porthole, and then it has its own shower unit here as well. So your guests on board can have access to all those bits and pieces, or you can use it as a day head. We'll now go and nip through and have a look at the Flybridge. So up the Flybridge ladder and into the Flybridge, and a huge Flybridge that it actually is. So you can see here, you have this nice space at the aft end area here where you can put some outdoor bean bags, maybe some sun lounges, some chairs and tables should you wish. So lots of versatility for this area. Then here have a nice Flybridge wet bar with its own sink, work surface, fridge, bin, cup holders, so you can have drinks or food or nibbles or whatever nicely outside on the Flybridge. Another angle here of the Flybridge seating. So to port, have a nice big L shape with a huge table looking forward onto the helm, and then to starboard a big bench. Now the nice feature on the front of both of these benches is the forward facing seating. So you've got 1, 2, 3 forward facing seating. It's actually these seats flip forward, and then you can actually use the bench as a sun lounger or more seating space. Up on the Flybridge helm again, repeaters for the bow and stern thruster, your throttles, then have twin Axiom 9s up here, along with your autopilot, your engine controls, and a nice central helm station, so you can see very clearly to the bow. And when you are parking from up here, you can simply turn around, look through the hatch opening, and you can see the stern of the boat, so it makes parking from up here also very, very easy. The Flybridge table here, we've gone for the upgraded table, which means you can have this ginormous table, which means both sides of the Flybridge seating can be used easily to eat from. Show you a bit more of the Flybridge. I might even walk to the back here and show you the sheer size of how large it is. Radar tower there, the radar on the top was mentioned earlier. It's a really nice size Flybridge and very, very social. Let's nip downstairs and have a look at the engines. So actually, before I show you the engines, I just thought we'd have a bit of a walk around on the deck. So if we walk down the starboard side, we have this little door here which gets some protection to the cockpit if it's a wet or windy day. And then there's your side decks. Absolutely huge, spacious and incredibly safe. As we walk forward, nice fuel filler point there, so it's tucked away nicely. Have our side door into the boat there to port, and then a nice gunwale gate there so that you can easily step onto the shore. Simply up just 2 little steps and we're up to the foredeck, where again lots and lots of space, big area forward, so when you are anchoring, very easy to deal with lines, you're anchoring. And then either side of the windlass have these nice big anchor lockers where you can hide fenders. It's got the windlass controls, so it's all very well set up. We'll just have a look back at the boat, see how pretty she is from there. Searchlight you can see on the front of the boat. As I said, the radar and also the wind instrument on the top, which all reports on any of your plotters that you might wish. So last couple of bits to show you, really quite impressive, is first of all the size of the lazarette that this boat has. See the water tanks both to port and starboard in there, but the space you have down there is absolutely ginormous. You can actually get down and see you've got chargers, relays, inverter, as you look around all the different sections of the lazarette. Plenty of space into your steering system at the back there. But it really is a huge, huge lazarette. So loads of room for fenders, tenders, toys, paddleboards, anything that you want to store in there. Lots and lots of room. And the last thing for us to look at really is the engine room. So if we just lift the floor under the galley there and see how easy it is, you can actually step down and have a look inside. I'll just lower the camera in so you can have a look. So as I said earlier, twin D4 300s, very neatly installed. Fuel tanks outboard of each engine going into the exhausts. Everything very easy to get at. You can see the dipsticks are both central, so very easy to do your engine checks. Both strainers easily able to have a look in. Fuel strainers at the back here.